Hi, Deborah here from The Prep Pursuit. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is crucial to all people everywhere. I know it's titled How to Be a Lady, but this advice really can help anyone. I'm talking about cell phone etiquette, and it's so important because we are all attached to our phones, right? Like, you never put it down. You never not know where it is because it's always within arm's reach. So these tips can really help everyone. Now today I'm going to be talking about different ways you can use your cell phone for in public and also in general. Now I've got 3 tips for each category, and we're going to go through both different scenarios. That way you've got all the etiquette you need for how to use your cell phone properly. I'm just going to put this down now that we are having our conversation. You've got my undivided attention. So the very first tip is when you're out in public, you don't want to use your cell phone when you're at the register. Really, when you are just interacting with someone. So let's say you're at the grocery store, you're picking up dry cleaning, or you're at the bank. I understand you're probably in line. That's true. So when you're in line, use the phone. You know, you can be on a conversation, you can be texting, emailing, whatever. But when you get up to that register, you want to put the phone down because it's an honor and respect of the person that you're speaking to, as if you're not either being rude to them or being rude to, if you've got someone on the phone and you're putting them on hold, just hold on a second, they're overhearing everything, just call them back. They can wait, trust me. Patience is a virtue. The second tip when you are out in public for using your cell phone is your volume. Now, ladies, I think, have a tendency of this more than gentlemen, but if we get passionate and excited, sometimes our volume just goes through the roof. And not to throw anyone off, but we just don't think about how loud we are sometimes. It's true. When I get excited, I'll be the first to admit. I scream, I shout, if I hear good news, like if one of my best friends calls me and tells me that she's engaged, like, of course, I'm going to be so excited and thrilled for her that I likely will be a little bit louder. So it's important. Make sure that you're monitoring your volume when you're using your phone out in public. The third tip is that you want to make sure that any subjects you're discussing when you're on a phone conversation in public are appropriate. You never know who's around. It could be a smaller child, it could be an older person, but just in general, ladies know to watch their mouth when they're out in public. If you are on the phone and you're gossiping, if you're talking about anything adult related, that can wait until you get to the car or until you get home, because no one around you wants to hear the conversation. Trust me, it is best to always make sure that as we are presenting ourselves in public, we're doing it properly and with the right etiquette for that time. Now, I've got 3 more tips for you, and these are in general, not in public, for using your cell phone. The first tip is to have the proper window of time that you are returning a phone call or placing a phone call. Generally, if it's a friend or a family member, of course you don't have to restrict calling them during certain times of the day. I can call my mom anytime, and my mom calls me anytime, but this is for someone like a colleague, an acquaintance, or a professional relationship like a mentor or someone that I have to be respectful of their time. It's not for family or your best friend. I recommend between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I understand that 8 to 5, 9 to 5 is generally the working hours of the business day, but in the evenings, I do think it's appropriate to call someone around maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. You definitely want to try and avoid the 5 to 7 range because that's dinner time. So if you're calling someone and they're having to interrupt their meal to try and get on the phone with you, it's just not proper etiquette, ladies. You already knew that. The second tip for your cell phone etiquette is going to be a voicemail. You want to make sure that you have a proper greeting. It's perfectly fine if you want to use the standard. I believe all you have to record is your name. So the standard default greeting will be, "Greetings, you've reached the voicemail of Devereaux, and I've recorded my name at," and then it'll leave the phone number, and it'll say something around, "Leave a message at the tone and she'll get back to you," or "Leave a message and your call will be returned." If you want to use the default, that's fine. But I do recommend you personalize your voicemail. Make sure that you say your first and last name, you say your callback number, and the speed in which you're speaking is not too quick so that people can understand and fully hear what you're saying on the voicemail greeting. My name is Devereaux. It's my first name. I get asked a lot of times when I'm meeting someone, "What's your name? What'd you say?" They want to hear it again because they want to make sure they're understanding my name. So if you have a complicated name, you want to make sure you're pronouncing it clearly and slowly so that someone can hear what you're saying. My voicemail greeting sounds a little bit like this. "Greetings, you've reached the voicemail of Devereaux. At the tone, please leave a message and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Have a great day." I always like to end my voicemail with something positive and uplifting, letting the person know that I'll get back to them and that I hope they have a great day. You don't necessarily have to put that on your voicemail greeting, but it's nice to say have a great day, or it's just a nice closing to say have a blessed day, talk to you soon, but you do want to make sure you're ending that message on a high note. Now, the last of the cell phone etiquette tips, the grand finale, is going to be the amount of time that you are calling someone back. If they've called, you happen to miss their call, and they left a voicemail, you should really try to get back to them in 24 hours. Now, if this is a colleague or a professional acquaintance, you've got that time window of a full day. So you've got the next day, the next morning, the next evening, afternoon, based on the time that they called and you missed it. Just make sure that you're getting back to them every single day within that 24-hour time zone. If it's something urgent, hopefully the person has left either a voicemail message that says, "This is urgent, call me back as soon as you can," or just followed up with a text. That way you know this is top priority. I need to get back to them sooner rather than later. I hope that these tips can help you as you are living daily life in a polished and proper way when you're using your cell phone. Now, of course, I want to know if you have any tips or great stories about cell phone etiquette, so share with me in a comment below. I'd love to see it. And if you like this video, chances are you'll love this channel. I talk all about style, etiquette, and culture. Thank you for your time today. I enjoy you stopping by, and I so appreciate it. I can't wait to see you in another video to help you live a chic and polished life.